Mr. Executive, Dr. Serling is here to see you. He said it's about his discovery.
Dr. Serling?
It's Rod, sir. He just insists I refer to him as a doctor. He's wearing a lab coat.
Just send him in.
Mr. Executive, I'm here to tell you about perhaps the most monumental discovery ever made by man.
The script, Rod. I just want the script.
Mr. Executive, my discovery means far more than any single script. My discovery will reshape mankind's very understanding of the nature of the universe. You see, I've discovered a portal to an alternate dimension.
A portal into another dimension. Just stop it, Rod. How would that even be possible?
Quite by accident, actually, as many of mankind's greatest discoveries are. It actually happened last night. I had snuck into the studio, as I often do, and was perusing through the file cabinets of submitted scripts.
Well, wait.
And of course, making necessary changes as I saw fit, being sure that proper credit was being given along the way.
Hold on.
And it just so happened that nature called. And when I went into your private washroom, there I found it. Right above your sink. A portal to another realm, with another Rod staring right back at me.
I can't even process what you're telling me.
I know. This discovery is monumental.
You've been breaking into the studio.
Sneaking in, not breaking in. I've got copies of the keys.
And rewriting the scripts.
And giving myself credit after the rewrites, of course.
And you confess to all this just for you to tell me you found a mirror in my bathroom.
No. A portal to another dimension.
Right. You know the only way I can hear all of this and maintain any semblance of sanity is to assume this was all an elaborate pitch for this week's script.
Well, of course, it's also that.
Boop. Dolores, I need you to get the locksmith down here, get the studio attorney on the line, and a representative from the Writers Guild, too. We're really in for it.
Just make sure that this episode's credit just goes to me. I don't want you crediting that alternate dimension Rod instead, although he was there too. Maybe just this one time we can share the credit.
You know what? Fine, we'll credit you both. We'll say this episode was written by Rod Serling.
Dr.
Rod Serling and his mirror image.
They irritate the irritated, flex perplexities, poise puzzles, magnify mysteries, impose inquiries, and coagulate quandaries. But more importantly, they ask one question.
Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This? The only podcast that bases their entire worldview on something they vaguely recall reading or hearing one time, making you ask the question, why would you make this? I am Jimmy Time. I'm Time Commander. Everywhere on the internet. Joined by Eug. How are you, sir?
My friend, I'm doing good. You can find me. I'm chronically enfeebled on most places all over the world and places on internet with ones and zeros. So
Woo.
Look for me there or don't.
That's crazy.
Hit him with that binary.
Hit him, miss me with that binary shit. We're also joined by J Delta. Wagwan.
Wagwan. You can find me at DJ Delta on all the things, but really, Twitter's all I pay attention
That's
to.
pretty much, even then, it's...
Yeah, and even then, it's just occasionally, I'm just like, yo, fuck this planet.
Also, this politician specifically.
Yeah, well, mostly.
That's very much all it is, yeah. All right, so we watched Mirror Image, the 21st episode of the first season of the 1960s television series The Twilight Zone, wherein, while waiting in a bus station, Millicent Barnes has a strange feeling that her doppelganger is trying to take over her life.
That's straight from IMDb, man.
Yeah.
Fucking spoil the shit out of that.
Yeah, we said that the last episode. That's also the Netflix description, so
Yeah.
Netflix didn't really ruin it for us that time, man. IMDb is legit, dude.
They fucking just hit copy paste.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Can't argue with that. All right. Still no segment 3.
Hot debate.
That-
Can Rod Serling write women?
Oh, we already answered that.
Oh.
There's no debate about that. He couldn't write a woman when he doubled the woman down. He had 2 of the same lady, and he couldn't get either of them right.
He couldn't make them all into one whole character.
All right. So, I guess we gotta move on to the truth hour.
Truth.
It is Truth Man here to
Truth the day.
what does that mean?
Truth, man, you just seem tired lately. Is everything all right?
I'm basically dead inside.
Oh, Truth, man, where are we going to get our truth from?
It doesn't matter anymore.
Oh,
I'll tell you the truth. We're just meaningless specks flying through space on a rock, and this is all for nothing.
Keep preaching it, Truth Man. Keep preaching it.
This is all, everything you've ever been told and raised to believe is a lie, and really, you'll just end up as worm dirt in the end.
Ooh, hitting all the notes. Hitting all the notes.
well, what else is there, Truth, man?
What do you mean? Go pick up a fucking book, read it, and realize it was all lies. That's the truth.
Tell us about Wall Street, Truth Man.
There's no truth in Wall Street at all. It's just corruption top to bottom.
How do businesses work, Truth Man?
By stealing your money and shoving it up your ass.
Please explain to us how parents' loves work, Truth Man.
It doesn't. That's a lie, too. They just hope they'll get money out of you at the end. They just wasted it all.
Truth, man, I've been wondering, will my religion save me after death?
Oh, that was a good one, little Timmy. Go back and play in the dirt, you bum.
That you'll die in.
Yeah, you'll die in.
Oh.
And that's the truth.
Laughter is the sound of truth. Because otherwise it would be crying.
It turns into crying if you let it go on long enough.
And that's when segment 3 went from the Truth Hour into Tales of Truth Man.
All right, so this episode aired February 26th, 1960.
Oh, this is going to be a dark one.
This is dark? What happened? What do you mean? Come on. February 23rd, demolition began. At Brooklyn's Ebbett Field, the home of the baseball Dodgers, until they moved to LA in 58. All right, so things aren't looking good for Brooklyn. But
Yeah.
I mean, it could look up in the future. Hang on. What about tomorrow? February 24th. The United States tests its first intercontinental ballistic missiles. Oh boy!
Oh,
no.
boy.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, all right. Well, 25th. After having fled Syria to Saddam Hussein. Oh no!
Wait, what?
Wait, that shouldn't happen yet. Hang on.
Oh, no.
He was sentenced to death.
All right, well then, he's sentenced to death, right?
Yeah.
Oh, in a court in Iraq for killing the prime minister.
Well,
All right, that's a little bad. And then he returns to Iraq after an assassination at 63, and he didn't face death until his execution in 2006.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. We really,
Yo, it took him 43 years to carry out that death sentence.
Yikes. But hang on. I mean, other stuff happened that day. It could have been good. A mid-air collision. Oh, no. Of the U.S. Navy airplane. Oh, boy. 61 people killed. Oh. But the next day, another plane crashes. Oh, God.
This one was much less ironic than the Navy airplane.
23. But yeah, that was weird. Why was there a Navy airplane? Maybe that's why it crashed.
Yo, it was a boat. They launched a boat in the air.
They just welded some wings on a boat and pushed it off the edge of the earth. Yo.
Which,
Goddamn Air Force, thinking you're better than us?
they've never seen a Navy slingshot launch a boat in the air before.
All right, so, yeah. And then the 26th, 2 separate planes crashed, killing, Yeah, about 30 people on each one. Oh my god. Why are planes still not trustworthy
Yeah.
after all that time?
Yeah, all this time, planes are still just dropping out of the
Oh
sky.
my god. Alright, let's go to mybirthday.ninja. I don't know how you feel about this, but you were a male in your last earthly incarnation. You were born somewhere around Wales,
Hey.
approximately 1675. And
Ugh, 21 hot whales.
Yeah, yes, of course. Your profession was dramatist, director, musician, or bard, so you were probably Shakespeare.
Yo, all right, yeah. You were Shakespeare.
You're probably Shakespeare. I mean, you know that old Shakespearean way of life, which is you always like to travel to investigate and could have been a detective or spy. That's Shakespeare to a T.
Yo, people do not know Shakespeare was the first 007.
That's where they got that story from.
It was an
It
autobiographical thing.
That's right.
No.
He had a long life. That's why it's still going on.
Yeah.
Dude also inspired one half of all British people.
Yes. Somehow before he was born, but he did that. He did it all right. And then they got to him. They're like, all right, that's enough. He's real good at this.
Yo,
He's so good at the
he
Shakespeare thing. They call him Shakespeare. Yo, how come in every picture Shakespeare looks like a pirate? You ever seen a picture of him?
You ever seen a picture of Blackbeard the pirate and Shakespeare in the same place?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, I have.
Oh.
It was at a museum.
Oh. All right. Well.
Although they weren't on the same wall.
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
Yo, we've been looking for Blackbeard's gold this whole time. What if it's been Shakespeare's gold?
That's why we can't find it. Blackbeard's the author.
Send Nicolas Cage in after this.
Nick Cage will find anything.
I heard I found Shakespeare's gold.
This motherfucker's had an excellent Nick Cage in his back pocket
The whole time.
this whole
You
time.
didn't know.
That was my first attempt in my entire life of doing a Nick Cage impression, and it was bad.
fantastic. All right, now it's time for the best hour.
Our favorite hour.
The Troy McClure Hour. Oh, hello, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such cautionary cloning tales as 2 Hitlers is too many, or Don Knotts and Not Don present the Apple Dumpling Doppelgang. Today, I'm here to tell you about when science goes too far. The Apple Dumpling Doppelgang.
Because
Yeah.
the Apple Dumpling
The Apple
Gang was
Dumpling
real.
Gang.
Yeah, I know, I get it. That's
Yeah.
that's a thing. That's really
That's right in my wheelhouse. I like
someone's grandpa's gonna laugh at that one.
that.
Yo, we just get confused old people who click us thinking we're some, boomer propaganda maybe. I don't know.
I don't know why. That just reminds me of I saw somebody I think they did because I don't know every family circus or whatever the hell it is. I think it's the Far Side or whatever. I don't know every Far Side, but they were it was something hey, when did Bonanza come back on TV or something like that? And they're like, that's the Democratic national debates. Ah ha ha ha. And I was like, well, first off, that's clearly Photoshopped because they're looking out of a window. But I guess enough time has passed since that comic was made that now TVs are the shape and size of windows that they're like, yo, I got this. Nobody will know if I modify it.
Yo, that's just saying gram cams. It's just a confused old lady looking out the window. Wow, this Nature Channel sure is something.
You're just watching your neighbor mow his lawn, Grandma. That's not.
Leave It to Beaver sure is exciting.
That's a mirror, Grandma.
Oh.
Oh,
Guy, the actor who played that kid is dead. I don't even know how you're still alive.
And what was your name again?
I'm your grandson.
Oh, that's right.
So this episode was directed by John Bram. He directed other episodes of The Twilight Zone, including Time Enough at Last, Judgment Night, The Four of Us Are Dying, and others that we've yet to see in the future.
Mhm.
He also did a couple of various TV shows, and Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and Bonanza, and The Man from Uncle. He's got some skill, apparently.
But only in TV.
But only in the future, not now yet. Because all those happen in the future from now. Episode was written by Rod Serling, allegedly. I don't know who he stole it from.
Yeah, somebody.
But yeah, it had to be. That's how he works. So we have Vera Miles, who plays Millicent Barnes. You recognize her from things like the 1956 The Searchers, the 1960 Hitchcock film Psycho, and the 1983 Psycho 2.
Did not know there was a Psycho 2.
There is a Psycho
there's like
2, yeah.
Psycho 5 or something like that. It goes on
Yeah.
long, dude. Yeah. Like, like, Norman Bates is like 50, and he's like, oh, okay, mother.
So I have Vera Miles trivia for you guys, if you're interested.
Oh,
I am
wow.
interested and aroused.
Yeah, I got the hair up my ass, so I went a little deep dive on this one. So she got her
Is that how you're aroused?
No, sag your cams. So she got her start on a game show called You Bet Your Life, which in no way was what I thought it was gonna be. She and her partner.
Sorry, you lose.
So she and her partner won $8 by guessing the secret word, which was hand.
Was that like the grand prize or a runner-up? Or...
I don't know.
Yo, whose
That's
life
all.
is worth $8?
You bet your life. Yeah, what life? There's not enough information there for me to accurately judge these people.
That's all the info I have. That's it.
That was all anyone cared to write down and record about that incident. All right. Next we have a character, because there's no way they ever say his name.
What? No, this guy? He
he
goes,
says his name.
oh, incidentally, my name is Paul Grinstead.
Oh
Yo,
my God.
in the weirdest, most bizarre introduction
he
any
says it.
person's ever given.
And then he does it again. Because at first, yeah, he says the whole thing, and then he's like, yeah, because I'm going here, and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, all right, it's the 50s, strangers talk to each other, and
Yeah.
give you their whole life story, whatever, it happens. And then afterwards, and he's like, and then it's like, as if she never heard, he's like, yeah, I'm like Tom from Binghamton. And she's like, oh, hi, I'm Millicent from Buffalo.
That just reminds me of a meme I just saw. Do you remember the episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they moved to the suburbs?
yeah.
And there's that one scene where Mac's like, here, I made you macaroni and cheese. And
Like,
Dennis just takes it and
yeah.
fucking tosses it. There's a meme where Mac hands him the bowl and the bowl says a person's name. And then Dennis takes it and tosses the name out. I'm like, that's me.
Yo,
I don't care what your name is. I already forgot it.
100%. Unless I knew you from 5 years ago, I'm
Mm-mm.
never going to learn your name.
Nope.
Unless I interact with you on a daily basis, good luck.
I try to do that trick thing where where it's like, hey, my name's Bill. And you're like, your name's Bill. Nice to meet you, Bill. And then I go, I don't give a fuck about that guy. Like, what was his name? Charlie? Shut up. I'll never see him again. And then the boss goes, that guy's your partner for the day. I go, fuck!
That's why at work I just call everyone sir, even if they're like
Sir.
around the same age. Like, hey, what's up, sir?
See, that's better than there's one guy who's in the union with us who he calls everyone, regardless of age, race, sex, or creed, chicken wing.
Oh, yo.
Yeah. Everybody, hey, chicken wing, how's it going? You want to hit me that hammer, chicken wing? Yo, I don't. it's
Yo, you gotta take a hammer to the back of that guy's neck.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that's what got him there. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, like he's repeating that one part in time where we actually had chicken. He's like, yeah, hand me that chicken wing. And then he got cracked on the head.
Yo, that's the worst time travel I've ever experienced. You are constantly randomly time traveling right before you get hit in the head. Okay, yeah, so Martin Milner plays Paul Grinstead. You'll recognize him from the 1957 gunfight at the OK Corral, where he played Wyatt Earp.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. He played what? James Earp, his son?
James,
Who is that?
Who's James Earp?
I don't
Shut
know.
up.
You guys don't know the tale of Jimmy Earp?
Oh, is that like the name? That's like the tale of Billy Christ, right?
Similar, yeah.
Okay. You also recognize him in the 1967 television series Adam 12, or in the 1975 television series, The Swiss Family Robinson. He died in 2015.
You almost made it.
I don't know what to, but yeah. Actually, no. He just got out of it.
Yeah, exactly. He made it the exact right time.
Under the wire.
Good for you.
He saw all that stuff coming. He was like, nope. Not worth it.
Incidentally, I am out of here.
Finally, we have Joe Hamilton, who plays the ticket agent. You recognize him as... Wait, he played... all of those words don't sound real.
I know.
He played President Rutherford B. Hayes in an episode of the 1958 television series Bat Masterson.
Yeah, those are all words.
You also recognize him in various roles from the 61 TV series The Andy Griffith Show.
Which, I gotta wonder, isn't the Andy Griffith Show just set in a small town?
Yeah.
How can you play various roles?
Over the course of 4 years.
Yo,
yeah.
it's a small town full of, like, hodunk yokels.
Yo,
Like,
con games used to be so easy to pull off.
you ever notice how all old people look the same?
It's just the same guy in a different colored sweater.
Oh, no, that was Ted. I'm Tad. Totally different.
And then most recently, oh, that's sad. He most recently was in the 1965 film Get, because he died in 1965.
What was it called?
Get. That's how you pronounce that, right?
That's it.
What do they do in that movie?
They get. Go on, get. You gotta get, then get on, get.
Just a series of the guy riding up to town on his horse. Someone, howdy, sir. Get.
It's the tale of one man trying to keep his town safe from all visitors. Get out of here. Get.
Damn tumbleweeds! What I tell you last week?
Yes, I have interest in opening a stadium in your town.
Get on, get!
Not in my backyard. Get. All right, you can see the full cast and crew at imdb.com. Let's start the episode. We open on a thunderstorm at a bus depot. A woman sits at a bench, checking the time. She goes up to the ticket agent, and says the Cortland bus is late. She wants to know when it's going to arrive. Sorry. He doesn't know. The ticket agent doesn't know or care.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I'm here until I die.
Which
is not far off.
Time is irrelevant to
just
me.
a couple of years.
Yeah.
So get.
So get. He says that he already told her 15 minutes ago and 15 minutes before that and whenever else she asked before that and all the other stuff. She sees a bag and she's like, that's weird. Why is there a bag behind the counter? It kind of looks like mine. I'll go sit down. Then we get the opening narration. Millicent Barnes, age 25, young woman waiting for a bus on a rainy November night. Not a very imaginative type, Miss Barnes. Not given to undue anxiety or fears, or for that matter, even the most temporal flights of fancy. Like most career women, she has a generic classification as a, quote, girl with a head on her shoulders, end of quote.
Holy shit.
All of which is mentioned now because, in just a moment, the head on Miss Barnes' shoulder will be put to test. Circumstances will assault her sense of reality, and a chain of nightmares will put her sanity on a block. Millicent Barnes, who, in 1 minute, will wonder if she's going mad.
Yo, Serling.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I want to dig you up and run you over. God damn.
Run him over.
Yo.
But then he'd be able to use your car insurance. He'd be alive again.
Oh, no.
Wait, you think he's buried or embalmed?
Don't they...
I think he's bronzed.
Yeah.
I think he got his corpse bronzed.
Yo. 100%.
And he's on display as a real statue somewhere.
Treat that dude like a pair of kids' shoes. Cover him in bronze and put him on a shelf and ignore him.
Yo. And then I just thought it was so weird, the baggage claim. area where it was like a cubicle, but he took all the windows out of the cubicles, so there were just random pillars and stuff. It was just a very strange way to. So I don't like any of the scenery in this whole episode. I hate all of the scenery,
Yeah.
all of it.
Which is awful because this episode takes place only here.
Oh, it's a bottle episode
Yeah.
essentially. It is essentially a bottle episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole time I'm just looking in the bathroom and going like that chair looks fake. Like, what are you doing? Like, how did you pull this off?
Just use a real bathroom.
Yeah, well, when she's like, oh, that might be my suitcase. And then she walks away and we see her suitcase after the intro. And it goes, what? Oh, it is the same. And we fade out. I don't have any.
Yeah, I forgot to.
No sponsors this time, unfortunately.
This episode is sponsored by Double-O, the only cereal where we forgot to put the cereal in the box. Sorry.
Is there a prize?
No, we forgot everything. It's just the box. Uh-oh.
But you did ship the box, though, right? I got a box?
Yeah, no, you get the box.
That's good.
All right, so we come back and Millicent gets back up to examine the briefcase behind the counter. And the agent, she tells the agent, it looks just like mine. And he's like, it is yours. You checked it. And she's like, no, it's not. My bag's over. Blah! It's gone. It's not there. Oh, my goodness. He's like, leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I'm trying to read my magazine while I'm getting paid to help you.
Yeah.
Yo, I ought to smack you right in the mouth, old man.
Oh, this
Love him.
is another love him.
Love this dude.
This is another character.
Listen, I identify with him.
Yeah.
This is another character who either I'm not used to because I don't live in that type of a town or is just not around anymore, but the guy who fucking hates that he has to have his business open for you. How dare you make me make money off of you? I'd rather sit out here and struggle. It's like the one. Actually, it's exactly like the other character. The only other episode with the lady, with the lady who's driving across town and she loses gas and she goes up to him and she's like, "Help me! I need gas!" And he's like, "Shut up! I'm sleeping." And she's like, "I'm being chased." And
What does it look like, a gas station?
But I think he's gonna murder me. Well, if he does, I'll call someone to clean up your corpse. Good night. It's 6 o'clock.
Yeah. When it becomes my problem, I'll deal with it then, lady.
Keep your screams down.
I'll get my push broom and push your corpse into the road.
Yeah.
Then it'll be the state's problem.
6:30 p.m. I need my sleep.
Do me a favor, get stabbed quietly.
Yo. Yes. Yeah, because, not exactly, but later on, that's 100% the attitude he has.
Yeah.
He definitely does. So, get out of here, lady. I want to read my magazine. Millicent runs into the ladies' room, interrupting the cleaning lady to wash her face. Yo, 1950s? 2019! It is still awkward as fuck when you go in a bathroom, and it's a dude cleaning the thing, and you gotta be like, well, I know you're supposed to stop, but you should finish your job. But if you do, then I'll just ruin it.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna pee in a corner. I'm gonna pee in a hallway. Because he's not gonna leave. He's just gonna stand there and wait for you to finish. And you're like, oh god. Now I gotta pretend this guy isn't listening to me pee.
Okay, but what's worse, that or the when you go to the restaurant or a moderately fancy place, and then there's the dude there who's like, I'll stand here and hand you a paper towel. Yo, my man, I do not want a paper towel.
Never.
Just let me be a civilized human, shake my hands off, and then wipe them on my pants. Come on, shut up.
I don't.
And then I gotta tip you $1?
For what?
For what?
Oh my god. Yeah, how forgetful will the greatest generation and baby boomers that they would go to a date and stuff like that and be like, oh no, I forgot cologne, better run to the bathroom and pay a guy $1 to slather me down. Yo! I don't know anything else they sell. Continue on that rant. Gum? Do they sell gum? I don't know what they sell.
Unbreakable combs, egg sandwiches, cologne, gum, condoms.
Yo, I'm starting to think that was legit just a business that tried to capitalize on the homeless. I think that's legit what it is. coming into the bathroom where the homeless always are.
Yeah.
I'll give you an unbreakable comb, and you give me $1. That 100% sounds like a service for the homeless. Yo, you should spit on guys if you see them in a fancy room hotel, because that means homeless men hang out there.
Oh!
Never thought of it that way.
Wow, how convenient that I have shaving cream. Who could possibly use shaving cream
Who would go to a restaurant and in the middle of it go, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom and shave real quick. Yo! 100%! It's a homeless game. It's 100% trying to get the money out of the homeless.
You think they sell socks?
Yo, no joke. I'm pretty sure I've seen one of them sell socks before. Not even joking. I'm 100%. I'm positive I've seen them sell socks and underwear.
Breath mints, toothbrush, shaving
Socks.
cream, socks, underwear.
Yo,
we got it all.
That right there. Hats, go for it.
Half-eaten ham sandwich?
At a restaurant in the bathroom.
Oh, I went too far with it.
Yeah, come on. Like the homeless don't need to eat. Hang on. Are you telling me that the homeless aren't going to go to a restaurant for food? What are you trying to tell me there? Huh? Come on.
Seeing those prices on the menu?
They can't afford
They
ballroom
walk
prices.
in, and then they go, huh, well, I never. But let me use your restroom before I leave.
They can't afford ballroom prices, but they can afford bathroom prices, obviously. I mean, come on. They may be homeless people, but they're still people.
Well,
Who are homeless.
That's the big part of it. Yeah, we can't forget about it. That's why it comes before the people. They're not people homeless. They're homeless people.
Yeah,
That's a real important part.
In fact, forget the people.
yeah.
I kind of turned at the end.
Yeah,
there.
just call them the homeless.
Just call them the. Don't even give them a distinction. Just say, hey, you. And make sure when you say it, you spit a little. Don't even try to hold it back. All right, yeah, so she goes into the ladies' washroom. The cleaning lady asks Millicent if she's all right. And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. Why? And the cleaning lady like, well, because you were just in here a few minutes ago. And Millicent's like, what? I've never been in here before in my entire life. I've never even seen a bathroom. What is a bathroom? Like, she just goes, no, never. She opens the door, but she sees her reflection.
Yeah.
Outside, like
she opens the door with her back to the door so that she can see the reflection in the mirror of her sitting on the bench.
So she's in the bathroom, looking in the bathroom mirror, seeing her sitting on the bench outside, and like even though the synopsis of this is a doppelganger comes to, I was like, oh shit, is this time travel? Like, what am I looking at here?
Okay, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're stuck in a time loop or something.
Right.
Which, to me, just based on the story that they're presenting me, that she keeps coming up every 15 minutes.
Very time related.
Yeah. You would know. Every 15 minutes, like, she keeps coming up. Oh, so it's some kind of time loop where she's constantly blah, 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 instead of doppelganger. It's just it's one of her, like, what her evil twin keeps going up every 15 minutes. That's weird.
Yeah, that's another thing that's a little confusing is why is the doppelganger so frantic about, like, is it here yet? No? All right. How about now? Is it here now? No. What about now? What about lady? Don't you know time? Like, is her doppelganger also dumb? Like,
I saw it as the doppelganger knows about the job and is like, I gotta fucking get on that bus before this bitch is on the bus, so I need to fucking know before she knows. And just like tries to get the fuck on that bus. Take her life. Take a job.
Stand outside.
Yeah.
And wait for the...
In the rain?
What, is it? Oh, it was rain. No, it was only raining in the intro.
No. I thought it was going to be like that. I was like, oh, I kind of remember this episode. They always fuck up weather in the show. And I was like, no, it actually rained up until like the halfway point. Because you actually hear like the fucking, like the cheap thunder where it's like the, like with the fucking poster board. Yeah. It was like that for a while until the, right about when the first bus came, and then it was stopped.
Okay, it rained outside right up until the first time we look outside.
They have it in the background. I will give them credit for that, and for another thing that I thought was really weird. There's a clock that is visible in the entire show, the entire episode, and so the clock was like, oh, this is gonna be really awkward because
You're gonna see it go back and forth.
you're gonna see it like them
Yeah.
fuck up, and it wasn't. And so also I was like, okay, yeah, this definitely wasn't anything time related because like you keep seeing the time keep up with everything. I was like, oh, it's actually impressive for like how fucking time they fuck this up all the time.
Yeah.
Except for one scene where it doesn't move, which is when like she's talking to that guy Paul, because it's just constantly them talking. So the clock doesn't move. So I'm like, wait. So if there's no batteries or anything in that clock, that means that every time they shot, they had to move it a little bit to try and account for it, which to me is even more impressive.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good attention to detail. Nice. So she closes the door, as we said. She sees herself in the reflection. She closes the door and ignores the help of the cleaning lady. Then she kind of just like, and goes out, goes back out. Sorry, goes out of the door, goes back into the waiting area. And she sees her bag sitting beside the bench again because it was gone from before. And now it's back again. She kind of looks around for a little bit and like, and then she goes and disturbs a sleeping couple. Like, hey, did you see anybody around here at all? You know, in the middle of your sleep? And they're like, no, we've been sleeping.
That guy. There was the woman.
Yeah.
And
What? Something happened?
Yeah, the guy wakes up like was he part troll or something? He looked, I don't know, not quite right.
No? I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
walrus
Maybe-
mustache,
Maybe
right?
they were just like immigrants or something. I don't know. Good old 1950s funny-looking immigrants, you know?
Their dirty faces.
Why is he so funny-looking? Oh, because of the horrific cancer from the mine he grew up near? Well, that's a shame. Remember when men used to look funny?
Oh, why does he look funny? Well, half of his face was mushed in a coal mine accident.
Yo, I accidentally did that one time. Where we were in health class and we were like talking, and I was like, yo, that guy's face looked real funny because it was like all like squished up like an old man face where the jaw comes up over the
Yeah.
top lip. And I was like, yo, that guy looks real funny.
Jaw cancer.
Yep, 100%. 100%. It was a student's grandfather who brought the picture in to be like, hey, cancer's fucked up, don't do it. And I was like, oh shit, I'm really sorry, man. I didn't know. I apologize. He's like, no, it's all right. Yeah.
You know it's wild, and it happened to
He
like
was crying and shit. Like not from me, from telling the story. He was crying, but he didn't tell me about it until after he told the story. So you know, he got to have that real smug moment. Like, go fuck yourself. I'm better than you because I got a dead grandfather. You know how that works. I have emotions and I feel bad about them, and now everyone else is like, yay! Look at you, you're great. No, I know we're not supposed to say that, but that's how it works.
You ever seen before he died? What's his name? Roger Ebert.
Yeah.
He had the jaw thing.
Yeah, he had it too. Yeah,
Where they take the jaw out, but then like
they like put an inflatable sack in there instead.
no,
or
they
something, like
they
whatever
just
it was.
let it. They just let it like glob around. So they just cover the bottom of your mouth with this scarf.
Oh, I thought they put like an inflatable sack in his jaw or something.
No,
No?
Nope. It's just
It just kind of looks like it's all like shrunken, like someone was making his face and then stopped after his bottom lip.
Yeah.
And was like, all right, we're done here. Just draw it from memory.
just draw.
And
draw,
here's
draw from it. All right, now just draw a scarf over that.
Just draw a circle, and another circle, and then draw the rest of Roger Ebert. Oh man. So yeah, she sits next to her bag, and we get an inner monologue. And she's like, "What on earth is the matter with me? What's happening? Am I delusional? Am I sick? I must be running a fever.
delusions.
No,
It's just delusions.
no fever at all.
Masterful womanly writing.
Oh, I should just go home and wait for my husband to get safely, because he's the smart one in that family. He knows everything." Yo, like oh my god. And then while she's again the same story, white woman by herself going, "Oh my, what's happening? I don't know. Could be anything. Excuse me, miss. Do you need a brave man to help you?" Oh my god. And a man in a raincoat comes over. He's like, miss, you, I believe you dropped this handbag, which is the first time that it's ever appeared in the entire episode. She's like, yes, of course I did. I'm the only woman here. It must be mine. And he starts telling a story about how he was supposed to take a plane to an airport, but the flights were grounded, so he took a cab, but the cab crashed
Into a tree.
and then he walked, and then his feet fell off. And then, like, like when he was telling this story, I was like, "Oh, they're all dead. They're all ghosts."
Yeah.
And
It's the same twist as that other one with the woman.
yeah, same thing. Oh, I had a bunch of car trouble back there, so I just walked a bunch, and now here I am to save you. And he's like, "Are you all right?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know. I might be ill, or maybe I'm seeing things. I don't know. Maybe I should just move to another part of the room, or call the police. I don't know." And he's like, "Maybe I can help myself. I'm Paul Grinstead."
Yo, when the way he says it is, he goes, "Incidentally, my name is Paul Grimstead."
What?
Okay, so Rod Serling doesn't know how to write men or women.
He definitely doesn't know what incidentally means. He says that maybe I can help him, Paul Grinstead. She explains that everyone has in the bus depot, which is like 2 people, has said that she's been here before. The ticket agent said it, the cleaning lady said it, her bag was gone, and then it's gone again. Actually, it's right over there. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was so great.
That was so insulting. That was the most insulting shit I've ever seen.
That, yes, 100%. That was Rod going, "Yo, fuck this dumb broad." It legit. The camera pans over, and she's like, "It's gone," and there's no bag. And he's like, "No, it's 4 inches that way." And the camera pans a little more. I was like, yo, there's no way it was, but if this was the first instance of that, yep, Serling's a genius. 100%. I will write off the rest of his career if he came up with that single moment. Dude, that is so good. That's such a good comedic moment that if he came up with that, I'll write him off for everything. I don't care. I love that shit.
Motherfucker accidentally invented
Yo,
one of the best comedy gags.
I'm just saying, if he did, he's a god. Oh, yo. So, she explains everything that we've already seen happen to her with the whole bench thing and the disappearing suitcase and all that. And old Paul Grinstead is like, it's delusions. Super delusions. And, he says, maybe there's someone that resembles you in some way who's also around here. And she's like, "What? No, that's not possible." And he's like, "Well, maybe someone somewhere is playing an incredibly elaborate but very specific joke on just you." And she goes, "Yeah, that's probably it." Yo! Oh my god, yo. And I don't even know if I don't know if that's Rod Serling be like, "Rod, you're shit at this stuff," or if that's Rod Serling, "Oh, women are so dumb." Like,
yo, you could trick them so easily.
"Excuse me, ma'am. You said you wanted to sleep with me. Did I? You sure did. Okay." Like, that's how Rod thinks you get laid. Like, for real. All right, so the bus arrives, and they all go outside, and she hands her tickets to the driver, and suddenly she sees something in the bus window, and runs away, and Paul, like, "What the heck?" and chases after her, and we pan up, and we see Millicent already sitting on the bus.
Oh!
I think this is when we get a blackout.
Mm.
We get a blackout, we come back, and we see the original Millicent, presumably, I don't know how this works, is unconscious inside the bus depot, lying on a bench. Paul decides, I'll stay with her until she's, in bed or whatever. And the ticket agent's right. Ticket agent's like, "Oh, the next bus doesn't come until 7 a.m. And he's like, "That's fine, I'll still stay." And the ticket agent's like, "All right, but I'm going to shut off all the lights." And he's like, "That's okay. I'm still going to stay." He's like, "Yeah, but I'm going to lock the place up and leave in an hour." Like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, this lady is straight up in a coma. And you don't give a fuck."
Not my problem.
Wasn't he making some sort of pun, too? He was like, "Don't turn it loose if you got the juice."
When not in use,
use,
turn off the juice.
Oh,
That's what I always say.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's what I always say to myself.
And then after that, the cleaning lady's like, "Yeah, she probably needs some help. Although I do think she's crazy." Well, see ya. She goes home for the day, not giving a like, whatever. That guy had a hat. He can't be bad. Oh, man. Millicent awakes pretty much the second after everybody else leaves. She says that she's been thinking about something, I guess in that coma. I don't know when.
Yeah.
She remembers something she read or heard about sometime before, maybe.
Yeah.
I love this scene. I fucking legit love this scene.
It's bananas.
It's really, really weirdly done, and it's definitely not like something that's typical to Serling's writing, where there was like everything seems, it's like, all right, everything's kind of weird, it's typical, it's whatever, and then all of a sudden she just turns, like a switch flips,
Yeah.
and she just like this, they pan in, everything gets dark, and she's like, I just feel like I remember something about how there's a portal and there's more than one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing as the last episode.
Yeah.
Same thing. Oh, her daughter died. I'm her daughter. Suddenly I feel so calm.
Did you feel like maybe that was it, where it's like she's like, oh, she's the doppelganger, and it's like, and she's remembering like, oh, I have to like, that's right, now I remember I have to fucking, you know.
To me, all it was like Serling was like, I have no idea how to communicate this without just outwardly having the character say what I'm trying to accomplish with this.
Yeah.
It was so fucking ham-fisted, where literally the explanation is, hey, there's this thing I think I might have heard or read about somewhere from something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just making it up, but like there's parallel dimensions and there's an alternative universe, 2 parallel worlds, and we all have a counterpart, and they need to replace us to live. What?
Yeah.
I like the reactions of, like, was it Paul? Right,
Where
that
he
guy?
starts to like,
It hits him, yeah.
where he's like, oh, hey, come on, like, quick, screwing around. Okay, no, seriously, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, you weirded me out here.
Yeah, yeah. It's like his, oh, you know what? This milk is sour. Sort of like, you know, you take that sip, you're like, I don't know, it could be, you know what? This is bad. Here it comes. Yeah, it was like that slow build of, oh, I should not have done this.
Yeah, I definitely should have gotten on that bus. I stayed. Oh, God.
I gotta wait 4 hours now, 5 hours? Oh, boy.
I gotta wait 4 hours with a crazy woman. What other choice do I have?
Well,
I'll just ruin her life.
in that moment, I was like...
Yeah, that's what it could lead to a white man to fix everybody's problem by ruining their lives.
So in that moment, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, because he's starting to realize, he's like, I'm now... Cause in that scene beforehand where the fucking ticket guy is like, all right, well, I'm turning out the lights, and everyone else leaves, including the cleaning ladies, so you assume like everyone's gone but the 2 of them, and they have close-ups the whole time, so you just see the 2 of them.
Right.
So in my head, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, where he's like, oh, shit, she's crazy. I'm trapped for 4 hours with a crazy person.
Right.
And then the fucking ticket guy's like, I'm listening to every word you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Especially because I thought like that was going to be happen, and then he was going to go over to the caretaker or whatever, the ticket agent, and be like, oh, I don't know if I made the right decision. But the caretaker's like, so you're going to call that friend you've been talking about over there in the corner?
Yeah.
Because I heard that conversation.
What are you talking about?
And
Yo.
sounds like she went right off the rails right in the middle there.
My man, what are your shifts like? How long do you work?
Oh, he's there 24 hours.
He, like,
Yeah.
he just sleeps. Fuck it. He's a robot. He's a robot
Like,
caretaker.
legit, I think he is the doppelganger of that old man, and he's just like guarding the gates and be like, everything's fine, there's no doppelgangers coming out of the bathroom here, or whatever the portal is. There's no big feet stairs here.
Wow, isn't it weird? Like, why do you have just stairs that lead to nothing behind your baggage counter? Huh? What stairs? Oh, look over there. Real quick, get up the stairs, Bigfoot.
Get up the stairs, big feet. Come on, get all your big feet up them big stairs.
Why did I make these stairs so small if I knew that these feet are so big?
Oh, then they could just skip stairs.
So yeah, the guy Paul, tries to dismiss the whole rant she goes on by stating, "Oh, that's a little metaphysical for me." Again, that's like, shut up, Sterling. He tries to dismiss it, but she says she knows what's going to happen. He tries to get her to forget about it and suggests, "Oh, you know what? I got a friend who lives nearby. Maybe if I call him, he'll come pick us up and we'll go." But she is totally zoned out.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
is
she's
bonkers
gone.
zonkers,
Yeah.
gone. Paul goes over to the ticket agent, like we said, who, as we said, eavesdropping like crazy, recalls the entire conversation they just had,
What the fuck?
and he's like, "Incidentally, I think she's crazy." Paul is like, "I'm going to do the only thing I can do. I'm going to call the cops and get her help, because that's what..."
I guess I'll call the cops.
Well, also, he says before that, the ticket agent, he's like, "Who are you going to call?" And this was great because this was a nice reminder that there was a brief window of time where if you said, "Who are you going to call?" there was no automatic reply of Ghostbusters.
A simpler time.
Yeah.
When you could just ask a question without being lambasted into a cultural reference. Good God. Can't imagine just have a conversation these days.
Because then they say that, and then you gotta go, bustin', 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 makes me feel good.
It does.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That should have been the truth hour.
Yo. That should be every truth hour.
Oh my God. But not that song.
No.
The remix of that song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Called Bustin'. So Millicent goes into the ladies' room and she starts loudly searching for her doppelganger. "Where are you? Come out! I know you're in here somewhere. Are you over there? Come on!" Like, I don't know what she's gonna be hiding behind a waste basket or something.
And, like, we as the audience know the doppelganger already got on the bus.
Oh, she's gone. She's on the bus and she
Yeah.
left. She has completely taken over her life.
Yeah, she's already got your job.
Mission accomplished. Yeah. Paul asks through the door, "Are you all right?" And she comes out. And Paul's like, "Come on, come with me. We're going to go outside." Suddenly it's daytime.
Yeah.
I guess there was one of those freak violent storms where it makes everything seem like nighttime, but not really. It's actually the middle of the day.
So the next bus wasn't until 7 a.m., and they waited like 15 minutes for that bus to leave, and now it's suddenly daytime. Yo, there's like 15 hours until the next bus.
It was also, they messed up the time thing because the whole clock was like 3:05, 3:10, 3:15. So I was like, okay, it's 3:15 in the morning. And then they were like, then by the time everything's happening, it's like 3:30 or so. And then the ticket agent tells him, like, this is towards the end. He's like, "Yeah, you still got another 4.5+ hours before the next bus comes." I'm like, "The bus comes at 7. That's like in 2.5 hours." Right? Like 3.5 hours. And where's this guy getting like over?
I don't know.
I'm a ticket agent, not a math wizard.
You have one job, which is to know when the buses are coming.
Did the sun used to rise earlier? Back in the day? Is that what did global warming ruin the sunrise?
It's California. Maybe things are different there.
It's always sunny. It's always sunny in California.
That's what it is. So yeah, they take her outside. The police show up and immediately, I would argue, violently arrest her.
They kidnap her and violently throw her in the car.
Not a word.
But
The police don't... It's not even like, "That's her, officer." They just pull up and the first woman they see...
First one!
Can you imagine if today... What a ridiculous concept. I can't even get it out. That the police in this country would do such a thing? That's crazy.
I know.
Unthinkable.
Crazy.
I wouldn't think of it.
Crazy. Crazy.
I hated that they did that. Like, I know that's how it was back in the day, but they did that fucking gross-ass thing where one of the cops sits in the back with the other, like, with the suspect and, like, just holds him at nightstick point, like, "Don't you fucking move or I'll
Yeah.
beat you in the back of this car."
Yeah.
Yo.
Holy shit.
Ooh. That's like any movie you watch. If a cop gets in the backseat of the suspect, ooh, they're crooked.
Yeah.
Ooh, crooked cops. You're not supposed to go in the backseat.
So her life is done.
They're done.
Yeah.
Because this guy... I'm done.
Over. Yeah.
Yeah, I just met this
Over.
woman, but I'm making the white man decision that my 4 hours are way more valuable than the rest of her life.
Yeah. Yes. And I was laughing at the old fire safety of yesteryear, because when they exit the front doors of the bus depot,
Mm.
the doors open in
Oh,
to the
yeah.
bus depot.
Yeah.
So like if you're trying to get out in a panic,
You're all dead.
you just get squished against the door, and then there's a corpse blocking the door, and then nobody can get out.
Then who are you gonna call?
Ray Parker Jr. Paul and the ticket agent talk about how crazy she was. He sets down his bag and gets a drink of water. He looks up from the drink of water and notices his bag is missing. And then someone runs out the door, and so Paul chases after him. And the man that Paul is chasing is apparently also Paul.
Yeah.
And he disappears into nothingness. And Paul is left by himself, looking baffled into the distance of a void. Well, not really a void in the street, but
yeah,
at us, so it's a void in a sense. Closing narration. Obscure metaphysical explanation to cover a phenomenon.
Ugh.
Reasons dredged out of the shadows to explain away that which cannot be explained.
I'm gonna hit you with this chair. Holy shit.
Call it parallel planes or just insanity. Whatever it is, you find it in the Twilight Zone. Yo, go fuck yourself dead, son! What?
Mishmash and quish-quash. Say words, whatever you think. This could be everything or nothing in the Twilight. Yo, Serling, come on, dude.
I'll say this about that last scene. I both liked and was upset by it because of what they... First, they do the very obvious. Like, he puts the suitcase down, like the close-up, I was like,
Yeah.
But then, they do this really cool thing where he goes to the water fountain, it's all in one shot, they don't cut away.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then, like, he kind of moves his body, so clearly they kind of, like, pulled it.
Right.
But I was like, but for its time, I was like, that's actually a pretty cool shot.
It was a really good shot. No, that was one of the shots I liked.
Then when he's like chasing himself, I was like, I can't remember seeing something before this. I like that they're doing something like this, but the one in the foreground, because they shot it separately and then molded it together, he's running in a non-human way that looks like he's on, like he looks like he's
to be
a
honest,
marionette.
that kind of added to it for me because it kind of he's definitely a fucking doppelganger. Look at the weird way he runs.
Yeah,
he's not even
that's
human.
true. Yeah, he's not human.
So
the part that ruined it for me was when the doppelganger was infinitely faster than Paul to the point where he can just disappear into the distance. Like, that dude ran faster than cars.
Plus, because of how it was shot, it doesn't make, like, the way they're trying, I understand how they were trying to convey it, which is, he's way, way out in front of him. Like, I know it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Because then when he kind of gives up and he's like, oh, man, like, he's looking way down the block.
Yeah, it doesn't see anything.
That it kind of comes, it's kind of hard to see. So I imagine people, like, back then are like, what is this guy doing? He's right there, you know?
Yeah, it does kind of look like he just gave up rather than
it's a weird way of how it's
he
shot.
wasn't going to catch him. It looks like he was like, I'm almost there. I'm almost... who cares?
Yeah.
So the bus depot is like where there's some portal or whatever that the doppelgangers seem to originate.
It's definitely that area.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the bus depot of some sort. You know, I guess it makes sense. Bus depot, people come and go all the time. You wouldn't necessarily pay attention to
Unless it's fate and it was just those two, because they both were there when they shouldn't have been there, because it's like, oh, this bus was supposed to come and it didn't. It's like, oh, I don't know. And it's like, oh, this must have fucking, I tried to take a plane and the plane couldn't. And then I tried to take a cab and a cab couldn't. Now I'm here.
Maybe. I don't know.
Give them too much credit.
Yeah, so Hollywood Thinking Cap, how would you make this better? They did. It's called Us.
Yeah.
That's done already.
Yeah.
And I hate that they did it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
It's like, I was disappointed I didn't see it in theaters. And now it's out, and I'll rent it or buy it.
I would say this is, because it's a straight horror movie, see it in the most horror movie way you could.
Yeah, turn off all the lights and...
Yeah, but I'm not black, so I'll be fine.
Seeing it in theaters was interesting because you really had that experience. People were like, no, don't go. And I was like, oh, this is what it's like. I've always wanted this.
I've done that before. Where I was that guy making all the fucking weird things, and the audience was like, shh. And then they were like, shh. That is pretty funny, but also shh.
I'll say one last thing. My theater going experience was almost ruined during watching it because during a very dramatic scene towards the end, where like the big twist of the world, this dude like let out like a gigantic fart. And so everyone started laughing, and he got super embarrassed, and he just left. So he just walked out. But like a, and everyone's like, and yeah, All
right, yeah. So we'll go to the tropes and morals. Yo, I dare you to make up a moral for this fucking episode. There's no way there was a fucking moral in this episode.
Don't be a white woman.
Yeah, like
I think like Serling's like, yo, if you are a white woman, you are just
the moral is Serling cannot write for women.
Yeah.
Like 100%, dude. It was so man. So I don't know the exact definition of what a bottle episode is, but this was very bottle episode-esque.
It's basically an episode that takes place all in or almost entirely in one location. It's usually for budgetary reasons. Right. It's, bottle episodes are, more, like there's, Breaking Bad will have a bottle episode when they need to save the budget for the finale or whatever.
Right, or scheduling issues.
Yeah, exactly.
It also works, though, in terms of something like this where it's like, okay, you're pretty much just dealing with this one character who's always, like, feeling unease.
Yeah.
And so by having this claustrophobic setting where there's no escape, it's just there's this door that's far off and there's this door where there's nothing there. And so it's just you're just in this and you can't escape it.
A lot of people consider bottle episodes to be whatever of the series the worst.
Mm.
Like if you had a bottle episode and say, I don't know, MASH, most people would go, oh, that bottle episode from MASH, that was the worst one. Just whatever. I don't know why people. I guess they just don't like the lack of scenery change, the heavy attention to story.
It's tough to write where it's just a couple characters in one location where you don't get to bounce back and forth.
Well, yeah,
so
because you have to focus so heavy on story.
Yeah,
and
writing
and resolving that story because you're in a location that you cannot get away from that conflict from, so you have to resolve it.
Yeah,
and most people don't. They don't like that in their stories. They don't like that in real life.
Mm.
They go, why don't you give that character a break for a second? I'm starting to feel anxiety watching the show. Personally, I always seem to find myself enjoying bottle episodes.
Yeah.
Where they get to focus on one character's development or, at least one group of characters' development like that. This was not that case, though.
Yeah.
Because Serling cannot write for women, and that was the character that was bottled. We have Doppelganger, which you gotta goddamn know what that is by now. Here we go again, which is Paul at the end of the episode starts with the whole thing. Well, there's my doppelganger now. He's going to be the crazy one. And starts seeing him, which obviously does. Mirror Universe, which is basically where the doppelgangers come from. And then there's Not Helping Your Case, which is where everyone keeps calling Millicent crazy. And then she's like, hey, I remember about parallel universes. And
oh, so you're 100. I'm 100% going to get you thrown in the back of a cop car.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So let's go to why would you make this? Why would you make this in a short film pitching the Twilight Zone series to a Dutch television station? Creator Rod Serling claimed to have gotten the idea for Mirror Image following an encounter in an airport, like all of his stories. Serling noticed a man at the other side of the terminal who wore the same clothes and carried the same briefcase or suitcase as himself. Serling considered what would happen if that man turned around and was revealed to be a duplicate of himself. However, the man turned out to be younger and more attractive.
Hey, that guy's got the same clothes as me. What if it is me?
You know what? Yeah, maybe he's me. No, what? Shut up! It's not because there's only 4 stores in America and we all buy from the same department and there's... No! It's magic!
Yep.
I legit thought that's where the episode was going to go, where she was like, that looks like my bag. And I thought the old man was going to be like, yeah, there's like 1,000 bags like it in this town alone.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, everybody has Gary's bags because that's the only bag anybody has.
Yeah.
This episode, by the way, is sponsored by Gary's bag.
Yeah.
You got stuff you want to put stuff in? Get a Gary's bag.
Yeah, because you ain't got another choice.
Thanks, Gary's Bags, for sponsoring us. Not that we had a choice in the matter. So let's go on. Next episode, Guess the Twist. The monsters are due on Maple Street.
Yeah, this is like, you know, I can't get, like, I've seen it. This is one of the most iconic.
This is the one where I'm hopefully gonna like this one finally, or
Hopefully, maybe.
I mean, I could give you the, like, at its best. Maybe you'll think this at its worst if you want.
whatever.
At its worst, it kind of shoves its thing right down your throat.
Oh, it
And
really
you're
does.
gonna get it
motif
from
of
the
That's
whole
you're gonna get
Surly.
it from the
series.
start, and yeah.
That's everything this show's about.
At its best, it definitely applies to today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So next week on The Twilight Zone, we put you on a front porch, summer evening, tree-lined street, typical small town. And then we pull the rug out from under your feet, and we throw a nightmare at you. Claude Atkins, Jack Weston, and Barry Atwater are your neighbors just at the moment when the monsters are due on Maple Street. Don't chicken out. We'll see you next week.
Did you read the Netflix?
No,
All right.
I did not. Or maybe I did. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Whatever. I presume it's just the movie The Burbs, where new neighbors move in and everyone's like, who are those weird guys? They're crazy. Let's kill them. And then one guy's like, it's not them. It's us. We're the weird ones. And then he blows up and gets taken away in an ambulance by the monsters. They really are monsters. Oh, no. Obviously, the ambulance part's not real.
Yeah, and also The Burbs, fucking most underrated movie I could possibly imagine.
I haven't seen it in like a
You-
decade.
It's
but
so good. I
so
just
I know it's-
good.
I just
I've
watched
seen it, just not in a decade,
Yeah.
so I don't remember.
I've
but
watched that movie 1,000 times. I love
I
it.
mean,
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
outside of Polar Express, name a bad Tom Hanks film.
Maybe that's why I always think that he's like unbreakable, because I've never seen Polar Express. It's the only one of his films I've never
Yo,
seen.
I just want to know why he doesn't do comedies anymore. He is like fucking like The Burbs and Joe
Yeah.
versus the Volcano. It's so
Turner and Hooch was great.
yeah, like he's got such good comedic timing.
I mean, he was on, what was that TV show he was on for years?
Moonlighting? No, is that it?
Home Improvement. And his wife Jill dies in an operating room.
I knew it.
That's just how I remember it. And keep telling people how it ended. Even though it went on for like 2 seasons after that mid-season like cliffhanger. Wasn't even a season finale, it was a mid-season cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And they got me good. I was like, well, that was a good show. Click off.
It's like she was skydiving and she jumps out of the plane and the parachute doesn't open.
Nope.
There was a Binford parachute.
Nope.
And then the superstore explodes and
Superstar.
yeah, and Buckley dies in the explosion.
King of the Hill. No. I think what actually happens is she almost gets pregnant. And they're like, we're too old for this shit. And they're like, look, what's his name? Tim Allen. Yeah, that's his name. They're like, hey, Tim, you got to get a vasectomy. And then he spends the whole episode like, oh, my manhood. Oh. And like they do a clip show. And then he has it. And then they're like, oh, no, turns out it was just her ovaries are fucked. So that vasectomy was for nothing. He's like, what the fuck? Oh, well. I'm still a man without it.
Yeah.
And then they take her in to have the hysterectomy.
Yeah.
And then
She dies on the operating
that's the
table.
way I remember it, is the doctor comes out and he's like, oh no.
Oh, no.
And then the family all like,
Oh no!
and then the family hugs and then the sad music goes away and then she's fucking, that's it. The series ends because the mom died.
And
for
then
a
Wilson
routine.
is standing behind the fence. Why is there a fence
What?
in the hall at the hospital?
No.
No, he's got a plant
He
in
is
front of him.
volunteering at the hospital and has
Oh,
a medical mask on his
yeah,
face.
that's
that's right.
Because of what the Watuchi tribe taught him in Africa about
Mhm.
birthing natural babies. And-
Doctor, is my wife Jill gonna be okay? Oh no!
Oh my god. All right. So VictorProWrestling.com.
Returns live to Center Ridge, Long Island, New York, August 17th for the Gold Rush Rumble. Big time over the top Rumble. Last 4 go into a fatal 4-way Final Four type match, and then the winner gets a shot at any title they want.
Anyone they
Oh.
want.
And I mean, I'm king of New York,
I want the title
which
of owner of VPW. Oh, shit, let's
Oh,
do that. Yo,
you-
let's pitch that. Yo, why am I so good at gimmicks?
oh boy.
Can you also start calling yourself the Duke of New York?
Ooh!
Because
Puppet Delta could.
Mm-hmm.
right? Because
Yeah. If I'm the king, he might as
I
well
could
be
be
the
Duke
Duke.
of
Yeah.
New York.
Hey,
number
number
one.
one.
Exactly.
Oh!
You're welcome.
Yo, we're gonna get so many smarks with that.
Thanks. Can't wait.
How do we tie in merch? Go.
Yeah.
Listen, I
iPad-
helped you with the 3 at last,
Puppet eye
and I
patches.
helped you with the Duke of New York.
I did thank Lizard God.
And he did get the audience to groan when he did the free 3 at last, 3 at last.
Yeah.
They're
That was like
"Ah."
the fuck. When you told me that was the dream.
Yeah, it's so good. All right, August 17th, the Gold Rush Rumble.
Yeah.
Get
And you,
tickets on
you can follow me at DJ Delta on all kinds of social thingies.
social things. Yeah. Go to the ice cream social. I'll be
Yeah.
there.
I'll be there. Just shout at DJ Delta.
Well, yeah, that's how you talk. I shout at DJ
Yeah.
Delta. And I go, hi, J Delta!
And that's how the internet works.
That's how it works. All right, Huge, what do you got going on?
I got some stuff cooking. It's got some stuff percolating. Now that I have,
It's in the slow cooker.
it's in the slow.
It's in the crock
Don't
pot.
get me started on slow cookers. All right, they melt super easy.
Not that they're supposed to.
Apparently, it's a long story.
I bet it's a short one involving you melting a crock pot.
Moving on, you can find me most places at Atomic Huge, or just search for Chronically Enfeebled. I got some stuff percolating. You're gonna see it soon.
But not like coffee, like actual metaphysical ideas.
Oh, that's too metaphysical for me.
Incidentally,
His name is Paul Greenblatt? What was it? Oh, well. Grinstad.
Copper wick.
Stalingrad.
Candle. Yeah.
Paul Stalingrad.
Paul Stalingrad.
All right, so go to www.img.com for all things Why Would You Make This, including ways to listen to or download episodes for free. You can also click on any one of the episodes and now leave comments letting us know
I bet you
how
can.
you felt about that episode.
It's so easy to comment. In fact, J Delta, tell us about the entire process and how easy it is to comment.
Well, you just go on and you say, I want to hit the comment button. I'm going to type some words, and then you hit enter, and then,
Boom.
yeah.
And it goes
Boom.
through 100%.
The
Yep.
thing you said is the thing we see.
I believe it.
You said it. It must be the truth. That's why it's there. Oh, new segment 3.
Comment about how much you love Truth Man.
But only tell us the truth.
Yeah.
That's how that works. Don't be lying.
Yeah, let us know how bad we're doing.
I mean, we know that. But
Yeah, we're already
let us
aware
know
of it.
anyway. Confirm our suspicions.
Yeah, we get off on it. Well, I do.
That and sad,
So
sad
sad.
old women. Oh.
All right, intro music is Falling Followed by Kill Paris. The next episode, again, is The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street.
Yes.
So for Huge, Mr. Yes, as they call him, and J Delta, I am Jimmy Time. Please remember that without mistakes of others, we'd be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts. The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.